Hello, dear beautiful world. Ah, I would like to talk a little about willful and purposeful thinking. To actually every day practice and willfully train up to direct and to use our imagination, thinking, and creativity with our own power. We every day, if you go in to try to find answers, if you go in to try to find a better way of living, not because you're afraid of not having enough, not being afraid of not getting what you want, but to every day think, feel, and will, to come to terms, to understand, and to actually use these to our own power and to our own benefit. To actually use our inner faculties, our inner thinking, our inner power in general when we live from day to day, when we are meeting every kinds of people, when we put ourselves in their shoes to try to understand them, to live every day of our life to the fullest, even if we have to push ourselves, even if it has to be dirty work, as we like to call it, shadow work, pains. When we learn through will to objectively and with equanimity sit in pain just as well as sit in joy and happiness, to actually see the pains and not ignore them, to not hide them away, to know that they're there, to know that they're always influencing a force on us. That is what we have the opportunity as the fifth post-Atlantean epoch to build faculties for. We have the capability of differentiate and categorize and actually get to know our inner self, to know our different parts, to know our oppositions in ourself, to know where we should think strongly. Thinking and go inside us to contemplate, to actually try to find answers to different situations and different catalysts in life that makes us question things. And to question things and just to put it away, to drift, is not questioning, it is just drifting. To try to always find answers, to always keep ourselves occupied with evolving, growing, for the better of humanity, to see that the whole of humanity is just as much an organism as the individual. It is a gift to be able to do these things, and these things has to be trained, cultivated, strengthened, built up, so that we can see them, feel them, so it becomes tangible for our living. When we can take another human being as they are and see them for who they are, the depth, we human beings are so much more, then you can actually start to really see the gifts of every human being, every individual. Every individual has something on the table to give to humanity. To build strength, to build willpower, to build a certain influence in the world, so that we actually feel that we are going or have the opportunity to go a different road, is so important today, because we have these powers inside us that can make this possible. But as I said, we have oppositions too. We have opposite powers that wants to keep us drifting, wants to keep us in a trance, living from day to day just trying to get away from thinking, just to get away from problems, just to get away from every day. That is the opposition. But to every day wake up to give to the world, every day wake up to exert your willpower for the good benevolent forces. You will soon start to feel that the benevolent forces are beginning to work with you, and the malevolent forces are starting to work against you. It becomes more and more clear the more you get on this path. Because we are threefold being, but the world is in a duality. We are the third. The world has, let's say, the black and the white, but we are that which are black and white and can choose between them. We are oscillating. But we have the opportunity to build the willpower to choose to be malevolent or benevolent, to choose to use our power where it is necessary, to choose to use our wisdom and thinking and contemplating, and in general use our every mean of faculties for the betterment, for a new dawn, for the good. I would certainly rather live for the good and build every day from the good, even though the rest of the world is against me. Because at least I am feeling I am working up to something that is worth doing. I am not wasting time. I am not beating myself up. Of course I do that sometimes, but that is not what I want. I want to understand objectively everything. I want to evolve as best as I can with what we have right here and now today. And the only possibility to do this is to live every day and experience every day in a spiritual and an esoteric manner. You observe the outside in relation to the inside and try to understand the inside. And you, as I said, name and differentiate the forces that works with us and against us. We are not only meat bags that hereditary and situationally have picked up and become us just willy-nilly. Everything has a purpose, and every bad experience and habits and such is to be overcome in this world. And the more you overcome them, the more you start to see the truth of things. Because our bad habits are things that keeps us in a circle, that keeps us in repeat, that keeps us in drifting. Are forces that wants us to not think, that wants us to not evaluate for ourselves what is important in life, to be told what is important in life that is not even important in life. The more we build up concepts and love in spirituality, and this we do through absorbing spirituality, by studying it and be awake to studying it, to be able to absorb with your whole being. This requires will and focus. Will and focus, relaxed will and focus here and now, to follow the flow but with consciousness. You're not flowing hither and thither, you're flowing here. And here everything is. You're flowing where every faculties are shown up, both the opposition and the benefactor, and all in between, from the neutral to the super neutral, I was about to say. Our words, our thoughts, our feelings are all beings. They are living organisms that affect other beings. You just try it with another human being. Experiment with it. You will find it out by actually trying it out. How much you yourself get affected by what you yourself say to others. And you're picking up how the others feel based on what you said. Try different varieties of these to experience it. Don't manipulate people and make them feel bad, just do it. But try to, subtly try to make them feel good, for example. Be awake to what you're doing. Be awake to what you are actually giving out to this world. It is such of an importance today, as I said, because to contemplate and to meditate and to reflect is what we in the West really have, West and North really have a knack for. We really have the capabilities for it. So we should grab it. You do it and I do it and we all do it. But we have to choose it ourselves and not beat others up, not judge them, but do yourself. Because everything you judge others of are things you yourself are afraid of inside you. You don't want to go there, and that's why you want to beat everything of that thing away from you. I have many of these things I realize in the moment, from day to day, from moment to moment, and I always grow and find something out new. I get disillusioned all the time. In the one moment I think I have something right, and in the next I get crushed under it, and then I have to build myself up again, a new understanding. But it is so much fun because I never stop learning, I never stop growing, I always become something more, something that actually wants this world to become something better. That is the purpose here for me. What is the purpose for you? Do you have a definite purpose? No matter how long it takes, no matter how much time it takes, no matter how much strength and will it takes, it is still worth doing. Doesn't matter if it takes your whole lifetime or your whole lifetime plus your next lifetime. Because we are here because I was about to speak Norwegian, because we chose it. We are here because we chose it, because we chose to get born at this time and epoch, because we have new faculties to discover and to build and to grow. We are not here willy-nilly and purposelessly. We are here with purpose. Find your purpose. Everyone has theirs. Sometimes you're lucky that you have that will where you're not letting anyone think for you and you choose what's best. But other times you will have to cultivate it and wrest yourself out of all the dark forces that we've been taught from school, family, parents, friends. And we are not judging them, we are not condemning them for it. It is a gift because we have become what we have become through experiences of it all. And if we choose to use this for the good forces, use it for the betterment, and not focus on the fear and let the compartment space of thinking be occupied by negative thoughts, fears, oppression, and darkness. Because you don't have space for the light then. Try to have both the light and the darkness at the same time, fighting against each other, but you stand in the middle. It is many ways to fight this fight, to walk this journey, to experience this hero's path. Experience, experiment, explore, be studious, study, have fun. But do not condemn and do not condemn and try not to judge. It is so easy to say it, but to actually unentangle all of these feelings and forces under us. That is what underlies this. To find out why we are thinking these things and stop doing it by cultivating new methods of living instead of doing the same over and over again. The truth hurts always, but we can't anymore tucker it under the rug and numb ourselves down and make believe that nothing of this exists in the world and we are only trying to get by alone. It will keep going if we don't. Nothing will happen. Nothing will change and we will go downward through the forces of death. But if we choose to put in life-giving forces with the beneficial powers and beings there, we will wake up. Thanks everyone. May the divine hierarchies, Christ, and all the benevolent forces bless us on this journey to truth.